Universal truths and principles are often explained better through parables, analogies, and metaphors. In this video, I'm going to be giving you 10 reasons why you need to approach your life as if it was a business. Coming right up. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. My name is KG. The first reason why you need to approach your life as if it was a business is because all successful businesses solve a unique problem. So if you want to find meaning in your life, if you want to have a sense of purpose, you need to find the unique problem that you were designed to fix. For example, think of successful brands like Uber. What comes to mind when you think of Uber? Obviously, they are fixing the problem of transportation. Facebook is solving the problem of global communication and self-expression. So if you don't consider your life to be about solving a unique problem in the world, then you will spend your life feeling, insignificant. You will spend your days feeling like, your life doesn't matter because you don't have a sense of purpose. You don't have a specific vision to aim towards. So it's very important for you to really spend time with yourself, and find that thing that sets you apart from the approximately 7 billion people on the planet. You are very unique, and your uniqueness also talks to that problem that you were custom designed to solve. Now, not only do great businesses solve a particular problem, but they also specialize. For instance, again, Uber specializes in transportation. Facebook specializes in social networking, connecting people across the globe. Samsung specializes in electronics, telecommunications. So great businesses specialize in one thing. Even though some companies decide to diversify later, but there's always that one thing that, is their core. For instance, Amazon started by selling books, and then they ventured into other, goods that they were selling online. Now they are getting into the software space. They are getting into cloud storage. They are now diversifying, but they haven't lost their core purpose. Amazon still sells things online. It's still the best online store in the world. Even though now they are sort of spreading their wings, but their main function is supplying goods online to a global market. So for you to be effective, for you to start getting noticed by the world, you need to find that thing that sets you apart from everyone else and master that thing. I always say that a jack of all trades is usually the master of none, because for you to be great at something, you really need focus, you really need dedication, you really need to be so passionate about that thing that you wake up thinking about it, you go to bed thinking about it. That's how people become great. That's how people become masters of a thing. I'll give you an example. Jay-Z, made a lot of money through his music. And then after he accumulated enough wealth, so maybe you have multiple passions. Maybe, there's more than one thing that you would like to do in your life. There's nothing wrong with that. But in order for you to be successful, in order for you to be considered, to be counted amongst the greatest, you need to find that one thing that you are good at, that one thing you can do well with minimal effort. Now that's the thing that's going to give you the ammunition and the financial muscle to start diversifying if you want to. You don't have to diversify, but some people are passionate about different things. There's nothing wrong with that. If you feel you can add value in different fields, in different vocations, then you can do that. But you are not going to have the kind of power, the kind of influence that you need to venture into other things if you don't master your main thing. Keep the main thing. That's going to help you find stability, that's going to give you some sense of direction in your life. Because if you are chasing too many things at the same time, you'll end up getting nothing. You'll end up catching nothing. But if you fix your eyes on one specific thing and get that, once you get that, then you can say, okay, now I have this. What else do I want to do with my life? What else what other area do I want to have influence on? So specialization is very important. It has to do with that one thing that you want to be known for. If you think of Tiger Woods, what comes to mind? Golf. If you think of Serena Williams, what comes to mind? Tennis. Maybe they have interests in other areas, but their main thing is the sports that they are gifted in. The third reason why you need to approach your life as if it was a business is because businesses show up whether they feel like it or not. I mean, think about it. If businesses went with feelings, if they only opened when they felt good, then what would happen to the services and the goods that some of these businesses provide? You think of maybe if the owner of ShopRite based their operating hours on how they felt. So if they are in a bad mood, they are not going to show up for business. That's not how businesses work. Whether you feel good or not, whether you feel like it or not, you need to get up and show up. You need to love what you do so much that once you get into that thing, nothing else matters, even if you are going through certain things in your life. But for the mere fact that the show must go on, that's exactly what you must do. You are not going to have an impact in the world if you are only going to show up only when you feel like it. That's what professionals do. When a musician performs, you don't know what they're going through. They have to leave their issues aside and show up for the people that have paid to receive the value that they are to give. That's how you need to approach your life. If you're going to stay in bed and not show up for work because you're just not feeling well, and I understand that, we need to take care of ourselves, of course. We need to find ways to manage our stress. We need to find ways to take care of our bodies, our health in general. But I'm talking about people that just decide not to show up because they don't feel like it. There's nothing wrong with them. They're just lazy. That's what I'm talking about here. In order for you to be influential, in order for you to have the kind of impact that you were created to have, you need to show up even if you don't feel like it. The fourth reason why you need to treat your life as if it was a business is because businesses invest back into themselves. They don't spend all their profits. A whole lot of people earn an income, but they struggle to make ends meet. They struggle to find some type of financial health because they spend everything that they earn. You get paid on the 25th or the 30th. You get so excited that you spend without a plan. You spend without really thinking about, the important things first. And you now get into a cycle where you need to, rely on loans in order to get by. So if you treat your life as if it was a business, you would understand that what you earn needs to sustain you. But not only that, you need to find a way to multiply your earnings, find a way to grow your income. Even if you have a 9-to-5 job, find ways to grow that little money that you're getting, so that you don't remain a slave of money, and the only way to do that is to really think about how can your money work for you. You need to invest back into yourself. If there's a vision that you have, invest in that vision instead of spending all your money on things that don't really matter. Invest in yourself, invest in your dream, invest in whatever it is that you're trying to create. There's a lot of people with great ideas, but they are not investing in their ideas, so there is no growth because they do not understand the principle of investing back into your business, investing back into yourself for growth, for sustainability, and for general financial health. The fifth reason why you need to treat your life as if it was a business is because great businesses have a specific vision and a mission statement. In my business coaching package, one of the things that I emphasize is the importance of having a specific vision. If you don't have a specific vision, then you might as well not exist as a business, because it's like you are shooting in the dark. You need to have a specific goal in mind that you are trying to get at. Companies have vision statements, companies have mission statements, because that is what drives daily operations. That is what informs the strategy that the business takes in terms of marketing, in terms of market positioning. If you don't know exactly what you're trying to get to, then you're not going to get there. It's as simple as that. It's all about having a specific vision that you are working towards. That's how you need to approach your life. You need to know what you're trying to achieve in this life. You need to know what you want to be known for, And having a vision is really in line with the principle of faith, where you speak what you want, not what you can see. That's what vision statements are, even for companies. For instance, a company can say, we aspire, they don't even use words like aspire. They use specific words as if they are there already. We are the greatest online store in the sub-Saharan region, for instance. That's what it means to have a specific vision. You need to envision the kind of life that you want to create for yourself. You need to make it so specific that you know exactly what it is that you're trying to get to, and how much time do you think you need to get there. The Bible says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Because when you don't have a vision, there's no sense of direction, there's no meaning, there's no significance. A lot of people complain that they're not getting what they want. But if you can ask some of them, what exactly do you want? They don't know what they want. There's no clarity of vision. There's no specificity, in terms of what they're trying to achieve in their lives. And if you don't have a specific thing that you're aiming for, how can you expect to get it? I don't know how that works. But in the world that I'm living in order for you to achieve something, you need to know exactly what it is. If you want a certain pair of shoes, you must know the color, you must know the size, So that's just how manifestation works. That's how you bring things from the realm of ideas and thoughts into reality. Specificity of vision. Number 6, why you need to treat your life as if it was a business is because businesses don't waste money. They only spend when it's necessary, and only if the expenditure will benefit the business. In order for you to really be financially free and start experiencing abundance, you need to start being a little bit more focused about your money. You need to budget and stick to that budget. Don't spend recklessly. Don't spend, aimlessly. Because if you continue to spend aimlessly, you will continue to be the slave of money, where you live from paycheck to paycheck with nothing much to spare until the next paycheck comes through. Businesses hire accountants. There's a department that handles finances in most businesses. If that department is not in-house, it's often outsourced. But the critical thing is that there has to be someone that keeps a close eye on the finances. That's how businesses survive. That's how businesses grow. You need to think about where the money is going. Don't just spend for the sake of spending. Spend because this is taking you somewhere. If you, like I always say, when you spend money on your course, maybe regarding something that you're trying to learn, then that's money well spent. You're investing, back into yourself. You are actually growing your money, because you are not putting your money where it will become a liability. Rather, you are creating assets for yourself through your money. That's how businesses grow. They focus on gaining more and more assets, and how they do that is investing their profits back into themselves and expanding. The 7th reason why you need to treat your life as if it was a business is because businesses must scale up in order to survive. Now, this one is about growth. I've seen a lot of great businesses die or lose their place in the market because they were not growing. They basically kept on servicing a small market, which didn't allow them to grow. In order for a business to grow, it needs to obviously, venture into other areas. It needs to really explore other parts of the world. The best businesses that are very hard to really come against are those that appeal to a global market. Not every business is meant to go global. I get that, but I'm saying in order for businesses to survive, they have to constantly grow, they have to scale up. Otherwise, there's not going to be room for you to maneuver. If you're always selling to the same people all the time, then you might as well close shop. You need to grow, you need to improve your service offering, you need to improve your customer service function. You need to improve how you hire people. That's part of scaling up. Scaling up does not only talk about the size of the business in terms of, the market that you're offering, but it also talks to how you innovate, different functions in your business, how you improve certain systems in your business. That is part of scaling up. You can't be doing the same thing in your business that you were doing 10 years ago. Otherwise, new businesses will come through and sort of make you irrelevant. They'll make you obsolete because you didn't focus on scaling up. You didn't focus on growing your business. What doesn't grow dies. What doesn't evolve dies. That's another universal principle that no one can deny. The eighth reason why you need to treat your life as if it was a business is because great businesses continue to respect their customers and their employees. Now, I've seen a lot of people start businesses doing well in terms of how they treat their customers. They treat their customers with respect. They value their customers. They take care of packaging. They respond to complaints in a way that is pleasing to customers. But as they reached a certain level of success, they started slacking. Now they're taking their customers for granted. Now their quality is not the same anymore. You need to understand that when your business is growing, it's because there's something you're doing right. In order for you to sustain that success, you need to continue doing those things that set you apart, those things that really make your business work. If you're going to stop doing that, then there's people out there that are thinking about what you're doing. There's businesses out there that are thinking about what you're doing and may even do it better than you. They may come with some new innovations in the market. So if you stop respecting your customers by giving them the best service possible, then you are not going to really grow as a business. The same way, in your personal capacity, treat your life as if it was a business and make sure that you respect the people that are responsible for your source of income. Respect the people that are supporting you, in whatever it is that you are doing, because, when you stand there, you are a product of a different people. You are a product of a lot of, influences. So never forget where you came from. Always remember that there were people that supported you when you had nothing, and make sure that you honor those people. Make sure that you give back to those people when the light starts shining on you. And again, in the context of businesses, successful businesses value their employees because they understand that it is usually the frontline staff that have the one-on-one, have that real interaction with customers. Those are the people you need to take care of if you want to remain successful as a business. Amazon, for instance, values its employees, and they also value their customers. One of their biggest mottos is start with the customer and work backwards. So they take care of their employees in terms of how they reward them, in terms of how they recognize them. And they also make sure that the customer is at the center of everything that they do. That's why that is why Amazon is doing so well out there. It's untouchable because of these principles that I'm talking to you about. The ninth reason why you need to approach your life as if it was a business is because great companies have a unique image and they have a unique way of doing things. Even though you could be doing something that other people are doing, maybe you're a musician or you're an artist or you're a writer, you need to have a way of doing it like no one else can do it. You need to find your unique flavor. That's what's going to make you stand out in markets that seem to be overcrowded. That's what's going to help you stand out in markets that seem to be saturated. I don't believe that any market can ever be saturated because people are unique. You can get into a music genre that is already well known, that a whole lot of people are doing, but you can come in with your own unique sound. You can come in with your own unique way of doing things that will create space for you in a market that was said or was thought to have been saturated. So how you do that is by finding your uniqueness. You were created uniquely to fulfill a unique purpose, and you need to do that in a unique way. You need to complement your uniqueness by not being afraid to be yourself. You need to find your signature move. You need to find your unique way of doing things. That's how you stay relevant. That's how you remain on top. The 10th reason why you need to approach your life as if it was a business is because all successful businesses reach what they call a break-even point, and it takes some time to get to that point. So whatever it is that you're trying to do, you may find yourself doing work and it may seem like no one cares. It may seem like you are doing all that work in vain, but that's what it takes for you to get launched, if I should put it like that. Businesses reach the break-even point when the amount of money that they've spent in creating that product is now equivalent to the amount of profit that they make. So it means that they didn't waste any money. They invested and they got something in return. And from the break-even point, that's when the business starts growing. That's when now income starts multiplying, where what they're making, their profits now start going higher than what their expenditure is for creating that product. So you need to understand that in order for you to be impactful, in order for your YouTube channel to grow, in order for your fashion brand to grow, in order for whatever it is that you're trying to do to grow, you need to invest your time. You need to invest your energy, your money, but you're not going to see immediate returns. That is not how life works. If you plant a seed today, you don't expect to harvest tomorrow. You need to nurture that seed. You need to feed that seed in order for it to start growing and giving you fruits. So you need to keep that in mind, because a lot of people give up too soon. They give up when they feel like, I've been doing all this work for months or years and I'm not seeing the growth that I thought I would be getting. I'm not seeing the rewards that I thought I'd be getting. But you need to understand that in order for the results to start showing, you need to be consistent. You need to understand the principle of seed time and harvest time. Whatever time that you're investing daily in your craft, the energy that you're investing, it's like nurturing your seed. It's like cultivating your seed in order for it to get closer and closer to the season of harvest. So don't stop pushing because you are not seeing immediate results. You need to keep pushing. You need to make the time. You need to keep making those videos. You need to keep selling. You need to keep approaching those customers. That's how you get to the point of breaking even. That's how you get to a point where the amount of time that people are putting back into, the amount of money, the amount of effort that people are putting back into your craft or business now starts balancing with the hours that you put in when you were investing. And that brings us to the end of the video. Thanks again for watching. If you liked it, please like, share and comment. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload videos like this. Until next time, peace.